Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In this episode we are going to be trying to finish, or at least get somewhere through, the name of the cat, man, I can't remember. The Fatalistic Signalman, there we go. We need to get more port reports in Albion. He needs 5 overall. We have 2, I believe. We tried to get the one from the Barbers and Worlds, but we need to go back there with a barrel of unseasoned hours. A small part of me would like to do that now. Not sure. Might take a while. The other thing we could do is go to the Warbly Juxta Mare, which apparently I'm saying wrong, or the Clockwork Sun, or the Royal Society. In theory, if we have 2, in fact, if I just go to... Oh, excuse me. If I go to all 3 of those, we'll be fine. But there is another part of me that wants to do the Bravazon World, or Barbazon, or however you're supposed to say it. For the sake of it, let's go back to the World. God damn it. I'm getting distracted again. I need to go to the bank, don't I? Key to explore. Bank. We need unseasoned hours. Let's... We only need 1. I'll take 2 just in case. I think I only need 1, but who knows. Right, the world is literally just around the corner, so this won't take very long at all. Oh no, that's a crystalline dreadnought. Oof. God, I hate those things. The deranged dreadnought's rapid aggression is stilled now. Your lights reveal glassy growths encasing sections of its ravaged hull. Where the battle has shattered them, they spill across the sky in a plume of shards and dust. Let's try and get... Oh god, 46% chance. Okay, let's search the crew cabins. It's a success, hopefully we don't get too much terror. In one cabin, a locker has survived vitrification, though its lock has not. It shatters under the impact of your boot. Inside, a personal log beginning with dull accounts, Albion patrols, and descending into raving hymns about savage light and irate hues. You sit on the bunk to read. Glass crunches. Beneath the blanket is a shape of shattered glass, about as long as you are tall. Ugh. Gain 1 savage secret. Oh wow, you can get stonepipe nameplates from these if you need to. I guess it makes sense. They are technically... Oh god, hang on. Which way am I facing? There we go. I suppose they are technically Her Majesty's dreadnoughts. They're just not manned by quite the same quality of men. I'm going completely the wrong way. And here we are at Little Nice, and the bit between. See, I've had a bit of a moral dilemma here, because I'm all for the support of Her Majesty's establishment, but I'm a little bit against things that basically equate to slavery, so we're going to see how well this goes. Let's join the tour. A neatly printed sign offers tours of Barbazon. Witness the worthy work of Albion's unfortunates blessed with toil. Near it, several well-dressed personages are gathered in a tight group. Occasional guffaws rise above the chatter. We run this tour at cost, you know, says the overseer who collects your contribution. She hands the group over to the tour leader, who shepherds you all into a side room. The tour leader hands out thick cloaks to keep off the smut. The group covers itself. The hood lends one woman, with her hair coiled up high on her head, an awkward shape and unexpected height satisfy the tour leader begins the briefing. Yeah, we've done this. We've received the carriage clock before. Worlds moves more velociously than others. He pauses for emphasis. It's crucial you stay with the tour. If you want to know more about this, I did read all of this in the previous episode, hence why I'm kind of glossing over it ever so slightly. Yeah, okay, we can admire the rugs. I'm hoping there's going to be a point where we can break away from the tour. An attractive young lady greets you. Group of workers smiles at you. Let's smile at the workers. They smile back, and their smiles are as stiff and rehearsed as the line in Youth delivered. Tour moves on. Okay, here we go. Moving on from the rug workshop, the tour is directed towards a glass factory, so we can either visit the glass workers or we can sneak away from the group. This tour offers only those aspects of Bravazon deemed suitable for tourists. To see anything real of the place, you're going to have to explore unsupervised. Now, as much as they advise me against this, I am actually looking for someone. Or something. Easy. The guides are focused on moving the tour along. No one notices you slipping away down an alley. We do. We've used over a quarter of our time. Okay, so we don't have much time here. The shanties are pressed close together. There are no more streets, only cramped alleys. Their few windows are clogged with filth. Grimy workers trudge from work to home, eating as they go. Time is precious here. Minutes not spent at work are given to sleep. Well, the first thing I will do is I'll write a port report, because that's kind of what I need. Bravazon is one of several work worlds, but it is preeminent. Affairs there act as a barometer for the others. Industry is booming here, as always. Labour is cheap, demand is high, discontent simmers among the workers. But the ones who prove valuable are promoted to oversight positions. The wheels turn. Bravazon persists. Okay, so your carriage clock ticks cheerily. You have used nearly half of your time, so we have half of our time to try and find what we're doing here. So let's explore the true Bravazon. You're backstage now. The lights and the props and the sham of the tour are left behind. We can get Tales of Terror here if we need to. That in mind. Let's explore the true Bravazon. Weary workers struggle to their first shift, grey as ghosts in the smog. They struggle under heavy tool bags and heavier debts. The debtor's court does not give a good rate of exchange on sovereigns owned to years of work. Didn't really help, did it? Bribe an overseer to spare the birch. A debtor has been accused of thievery and indolence. He is to be birched and is the example to the others. Perhaps the overseer could be convinced to go easy on him. Don't need Tales of Terror. A man sits on a roughly made chair, occasionally coughing brown phlegm into a handkerchief. When he sees you, he shouts, "A penny for your time," he laughs. That would use our barrel of unseasoned hours. I'd rather not, just in case I need to come back. So let's go with bribe an overseer to spare the birch. How much is that going to cost me? It takes a substantial crime for the overseers to risk visiting Barb's personally and getting caught in an accelerated daze. This one wants to get this over with and get back to the bit between as quickly as possible. His bribe is practically cursory. The punishment is brief, but still gruesome enough to send murmurs of discontent through the crowd. Gain 2 Tales of Terror. And you have been kind to the workers of the work world. I'm guessing maybe I have to come here and be nice to the workers a lot for them to open up to me. We still have time here, it's fine. Let's tell sky stories to the weary workers. The best place may be a factory floor so they can listen while they work. Great sky stories for a savage secret. We do have quite a lot of sky stories, so... You have to shout over the clamour of the machines. Some of the workers ignore you, some mock you, some only stare with hard, suspicious eyes. Others listen as closely as their labour allows, and ask questions when you pause. 1 or 2 reply with stories of their own. about the travails of their own lives before they came here and after. Your carriage clock ticks are getting frantic. You are running out of time. Oh. But your good deeds are not going unwatched. I don't really want to trade my supplies. I suppose we could. I do have 4. Okay, let's try this. Supplement the workers' meager cruel rations. I want to see what happens if we stay here for too long. And, well, it's happening. Put it that way. Please, my lady, I want some more. The locals have grown so used to gruel that even Murgatroyd's fungal crackers come as an exotic extravagance to them. You share what you have with as many as you can. Fuller bellies means more strength with which to agitate for better conditions. I've done all of this, but the Barbazan is still at peace. Deliver verdant seeds to the greenhouse. Huh. Let's trade another Sky Story for a savage secret. You have to shout over the clamour of the machines. Some of the workers ignore you, some mock you, some only stare with hard, suspicious eyes. So we got one more savage secret. We lost 2. Your carriage clock last ticks are strained. You are almost out of time. Here it is. Meet with the workers' leader. A faintly bearded youth sidles up to you. Gav wants a word. The youth ushers you past his exhausted peers into a 2-story brick house. Its doorway is lit with a red lamp. Oh dear, the carriage clock is silent. We have officially run out of time. That's really goddamn annoying. A weary, ginger-haired man grins at you over the desk littered with documents. Some are crisscrossed with scrawled notes, others are pristine and freshly inked. The faintly bearded youth has a beatific smile? Our leader, the reverberant activist, saw your work. He says you might be able to help. I'd love to talk to him, but apparently you are out of time. Horrified, the reverberant activist points at your carriage clock. My lady, you must go, quickly. Oh no. A faintly bearded youth hurries you through the back streets. Return soon, he exhorts. He taps a coded knock on a heavy double doors at the bit between. They burst open before you. The sympathetic overseer lets you out. You're lucky. There's often a bit of reserve, just in case. There's cutting it fine, and there's this. He shakes his head sternly. It's not my fault. I was trying to find somebody. Oh, I want to go back. Okay, let's go back. Let's join another tour. The people at the desk are giving me like, is this guy just going through? It's like when you go on like a roller coaster. You get on the roller coaster, and you go on the roller coaster, then you just rejoin the line, and you're back on the roller coaster again. I want to talk to this revolutionary leader. This is why I bought 2. See, it's great. Run the store at cost. Receive the carriage clock. Admire the rugs. Looking at these rugs going, man, I've seen these rugs a lot now. Smile at the workers. Sneak away from the group. Again, unsupervised. The guides are focused on moving the tour along. No one notices you slipping away down an alley. Meet with the workers' leader. Here we go. Gov wants a word. You've used nearly half of your time, my god. Right. Let's talk to the revolutionary leader. We have heard of your generosity. He pumps your hand. His grin is wry. And as we know, the reward for generosity is to be asked to be more generous still. He's got a point, I suppose. Time is not quite right for an uprising. You have seen the conditions here. This is the lot of the unfortunate, not the deserving. Barbazon is at peace. Workers respect their lot in life. They shouldn't. I want you to help us fight back and secure better conditions for everyone who is sent here. He pats the faintly bearded youth on the back. We have the will and the strength, but lack something you have in abundance. Freedom. We need provisions and materials. We need someone who can smuggle them in. One of the overseers in the bit between believes in the cause. He describes the overseer to you. They will help you in and out. So, how can I aid the struggle? Their leader asked for your help. How can you assist? Some of the workers at Barbazon are fighting for better conditions and require materials from off-world to aid their efforts. It's two things here. Provide blackmail material for the cause. 2 savage secrets, which I could give him. Or we could supply tea for the cause. We need tea. It's as good as currency, says the reverberant activist. We want more of the newer overseers on side. It would be useful to remind them where they came from. Well, let's provide blackmail material for the cause. The reverberant activist listens closely to the information you bring him. His eyebrows raise. Yes, this I can use. Now I have one information about the uprising. I have to make a decision, don't I? Do I want to support the revolutionaries in getting better conditions for these workers, or do I want them to stay the same? Either way, I have my port report, which is actually what I came here for, so I'm kind of happy either way. Let's speak of other matters. Let's return to the back streets of the Barbazon. The leader is immersed in his maps and plans when you leave. The faintly bearded youth seems unsure if he should stay or escort you out. He settles for a weak wave. Let's rejoin the tour. Oh, or can I just leave? I can just leave. By the time you're back at the bit between, your shoulders are covered with orange soot. An overseer extends a soft brush to clean you off. Okay, so we have 2 things here. We can find the overseer who spoke of the workers' unrest. So that's the man who wants me to look into it and stop it. And then signal the revolutionary agent, the cape sliding off their left shoulder, the hair tied just so. The not remotely discreet eyebrow raise whenever you meet their eye. They match the description the revolutionaries gave you. So that'll take us to the revolutionaries. See, now a part of me wants to help these people. Quite badly. But then it's the cogs of the world that this is. Like, these people make things, they do things, but then they could still make things and do things just whilst not getting smacked around the head with a big stick every time they do something wrong. I'm gonna think about this and see. I mean, I know that I can take tea and savage secrets, so I'm gonna write this down. That's if I actually want the revolution. What I need to do to actually stop it, I don't know. Will be able to change your mind. Should we click this? It says you'll be able to change your mind, so I kind of just want to see what he says. The overseer is sitting by the stove, waiting for the kettle to boil. He has 2 cups out. Was he expecting you to follow him in? Okay, no, so that is literally give him the stuff, or don't. Right, so. The game went really weird then. We got the port report, which is the main thing that I was kind of after here. So we have floating parliament, my serene mausoleum, and the Bravers on Wetwell. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever had that. So I think a quick trip. That was my bat. That was definitely the wrong button. A quick trip to Juxtamare is in order. But let me first just... I don't want to buy crates of nostalgic crockery, goddamn. But there was carefully packed munitions I probably should buy. Do I have enough supplies? I think I have enough supplies. Yeah, it'll be fine. I will see you there. Oh, hello, what have we found? Something ghastly, I think. I think I'll pass on the something ghastly. So yes, I will see you in Warbly Juxtamare. And here we are. That dreadnought appears to be having some significant issues. Oh, it's okay, combat. Nope. Nope. Not a fan. Not a fan of whatever the hell is happening here. Ow. That really sucked. That almost killed me. Oh my god. A guest-rattled dreadnought. Defeated. The dreadnought rocks like an empty cradle. It had been colonized by the guests, a wormy, lonely species that craves the warmth of inhabited places. But one guest pulls others. Soon every inch of the engine was filled with slug-like worms. The crew were crushed. Let's salvage scraps to repair the hull, considering we took a thorough beating. Yeah, that really hurt. Soon the sound of hammering resounds through your locomotive as engineers apply steel bandages to her scars. I don't know what it was about that particular dreadnought, but, well, let's just say the dreadnoughts are harder to kill than the Tackety scouts. That damnable turret on top. But don't worry, we won, just about. There's a few holes. A few holes in the ship. Right, so first things first. Can I get a bloody port report? I think I actually have to go there, don't I? Okay, well, gain admittance by supplying the port authorities. They can have that crate of nostalgic crockery I found flying through the sky. Did you hand it over the goods? You're in. A hat. I want a dazzling hat. Those are new. Write a port report. Those who are anybody and those who aren't nobody come here to relax. The port's comings and goings could be informative. In the face of candy floss, guards are let down. Presented with this much tea, defences are dropped. This should have been a good place to gather information. Unfortunately, the screams of the donkeys render eavesdropping impossible. Still, even by itself, a list of visitors is certainly worth something. Okay, so now we have 4. Let's just go through these a little bit and then leave, I think. Terror's fallen. Good place to... It is a good way to get rid of terror. I don't want to investigate the weirdness. I want to get better. My terror has fallen. Family tea room. Thinning and tattered. Let's leave the dock. Ooh, I attended an exclusive exhibition of portraits. I had no idea this was a thing. And the affiliation Bohemia 4. Keep that in mind. Okay, so there is one thing that is a problem. That is the fact that I have no fuel. But apparently I can get panes of stained glass for relatively cheap here, so I may pick these up. Oh no, they want panes of stained glass. They're selling munitions. I don't need any more bloody munitions. I have lots of munitions. I do, however, need supplies. There we go. So, there was something up by Wobbly Juxton there, wasn't there? A mission. The Surveyor's Expedition. She wants to investigate the ruins of Duskin's Deep, which lie beyond Wobbly Juxton. You are transporting her and her crew. I'm a little bit worried about doing this, considering the damage of our ship. But beyond would indicate it's literally just up here, so I think we are going to have a look. I mean, Wobbly Juxton sells fuel and supplies, so we can restock before we head back. The belly. Oh, it's the screaming. Can I? Oh wow. Oh, that's the rare. That's the rare thing. Precious souls. Are that precious souls or immaculate souls? The rarest and most refined of souls. Now I'm assuming Duskin's Deep is going to be on one of these rocks. I hope so, anyway. Knowing how things normally work, I'm going to drive straight past it. Oh. Oh god. Anything that has the correspondence written on it. Never a good thing. Duskin's Deep? Whee! A crumbling ruin revolves from the mist. Crooked arches throb with sigils. Amber moss crawls across the stones like spilled honey. A foggy hush lies over the ruins. The skeletons of dead leaves rattle among the stones. Oh, this is no dead bodies, only dead leaves. Deliver the insistent surveyor's expedition. The surveyor spends your approach glued to the assaying instruments. As soon as you set your locomotive down, she leaps out to investigate the ruins. A leather-bound, yellow-paged journal is in her hands. My father's, she says, when she notices you looking. Her workers clear away rubble, then erect ladders and platforms so she can examine the sigils on the great arch. For a tense hour, she pores over them, taking short breaks when the celestial language makes her hair smoulder and her eyes smoke. Then she stands, snaps her journal shut and nods. The workers cheer. It's exactly what I had hoped, my lady, she calls down. These are the gates of dusk, marking the beginning of an ancient route connecting Albion to Eleutheria. I mean, to reopen them. We should talk. Okay, well, I'm listening. Hear the surveyor's proposal. She means to construct a new transit relay linking Albion to Eleutheria. First, she shows you the ledgers. She is frank. There is no prospect for profit from this enterprise. Indeed, the costs will be enormous, but once completed, you will have access to a convenient route joining the two regions, a route that will outlast you and benefit other captains as well. Construction would be in 2 phases. We will need materials and in large quantities. Unfortunately, my resources are limited. Without the assistance of donors such as yourself, progress will be glacially slow. You think you can help us? Oh, I will try. It sounds like an appropriately ambitious endeavor. Marvelous. We will begin work. Please deliver materials whenever you can. The foreman can tell you what we need for each stage. One other thing. I've made rubbings of the sigils on the arch. She hands a sheaf of papers over. You note her fingers are blistered and scorched. Could you take them to the chair of effulgent scientists, the Royal Society, and ask for her expert opinion? She'll be eager to see what we found here. Please, feel free to keep any reward she offers. I'm going to write this down. Royal Society. Okay, so what do they actually need? deliver materials for the first phase of the relay's construction. The surveyor's team have the necessary expertise, but the project is always in need of resources. Building a new transit relay is ambitious, even foolhardy project. The work is endless, the ledgers are perpetually red, production is always just one step away from grinding to a halt. Every day brings a new crisis. Supply munitions to clear the ruins. Some of the old stones must be cleared away. They defy chisels, ply bars and hammers, so we're going to blow them up. Most people avoid the translators. They use long words when short ones would do, and occasionally combust. The language of heaven is effulgent and capricious. Well, you can have these munitions. The bristling foreman checks each crate in carefully before giving them into the keeping of an excited young woman in overalls with a trouble-making gleam in her eye. Soon, dull explosions thump through the ruins. You have yet to make even a tenth of the necessary progress for the phase of construction. Wait, for this phase? We're still blowing holes in the... Oh my god. Oh, hang on. It's okay. We can supply otherworldly artifacts. That's for the translators. We can do bronze wood for 25%. 7 bronze wood. That's for scaffolding. We can supply glass. 8 panes of glass for 20%. Supply tea. Increases it. The fuel that powers the British workforce. Never a truer sense. That's extra. Okay. How am I going to remember this? And is this just of this phase? Which blows my mind, because I am going to write this down. Okay, so they weren't lying when they said this was going to be quite the endeavour. I mean, if this is the whole thing, and you get to 100% and you're done, probably not that bad, all things considered. If this is just phase 1, then we're in trouble. There is a small argument to be made that I can probably supply them with quite a lot of munitions. But 5 munitions for 5% is probably not a good deal. I imagine the bronzewood is the best deal for money. 7 bronzewood for 25%, but I don't actually know. Okay, well, we'll return to the ruins. And we shall depart. Oh dear. Oh, we crashed. Oh my god, my ship cannot handle that. Let's get back. Well, I need to go to the Royal Society anyway, so... And we have, what, 3 of the 4... I'd like to avoid the Clockwork Sun, if I can get away with it. It's terror-inducing. God damn it. When I said terror-inducing, why did that happen? Why was there weird... Not a fan. I need to get back to London so I can actually fix my goddamn ship. And here we are back at London. Let's repair damn ship because of that pasting we got. The steam and sapphire yards, and fully repair the hull. This is going to be quite expensive, I imagine. 171 sovereigns. But we are back up to full strength. Is there anything nice here that I could do? That's 3 sets of nostalgic crockery. As far as I know, I don't have any. I can, however, put that in my selection of Immaculate Souls. We now have 2. 5 panes of stained glass for Wobbly Jacks to know. If only I knew that, I'd have gone down to get some more. Thanks for Parliament. Okay, well, either way, I think I'm going to end the episode here. In the next episode, we are going to be going down to the Royal Society to get the final port report for the Fatalistic Signalman, and we will hand over those rubbings for the correspondence in Dusking's Deep. I wonder what reward we'll get, if any at all. But either way, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time.